pagdinig ng Senado kaugnay ng anomalya sa mga anomalya sa Bureau of Corrections. Isa nga dyan ang sinasabing GCTA for sale. Isa rin ang hospital passes for sale at ang di umano'y illegal drug transactions na nagaganap sa New Bilibid Prison. Sakto 10:15 ang pinukpok ni Senator Gordon, chairman ng Justice and Human Rights Committee at ng Blue Ribbon Committee, ang gavel hudyat ng pag-uumpisa o pagbubukas muli ng pagdinig. Ina-acknowledge niya yung mga resource persons na nandito. Isa sa kanyang mga in-acknowledge ay itong si Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong na dating direktor ng Criminal Investigation and Detection Group ng Philippine National Police at si Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre dati. So nakatayo sina Magalong at Aguirre para sa panunumpa na sila magsasabi ng pawang katotohanan dito sa pagdinig. Sila yung dalawa sa bagong mukha dito sa pagdinig. Kaya yung ibang mga resource persons ay nakapanumpa na sapagkat 5 beses na sila na nag-a-attend dito sa pagdinig. Nandito na rin nga si dating Bucor Chief Nicanor Feldon. Sa ngayon, ang kasama pa lang dito ni Gordon na senador ay si Senate President Tito Soto. Ina-expect mamaya-maya dadating na yung iba pang mga senador. So pakinggan na natin ang opening statement ni Senator Gordon.
We are continuing with this hearing and we welcome all the guests and luminaries here today. And I just want to point out that we want to facilitate this hearing and we want to finish this, but it's like opening a can of worms. Every time we open something pops up. It's not our premise to continue with these hearings, but andito na tayo eh. Nabuksan na natin yung problema sa Bureau of Corrections na matagal hindi napapansin. And I'd like to welcome Senate President Rilon, former Senate President Rilon, Minority Floor Leader. Welcome. Nandito na tayo ngayon sa pag-iimbestiga ng Bureau of Corrections na madalas narinig natin yung mga alingaw-ngaw na mga nangyayari dyan. Sinasabi maraming mga pabor, maraming mga drugs, maraming mga pinapatakas, maraming nangyayari at yung kakulungan rin na dapat natin malaman, yung kakapusan na dapat ibigay doon sa bilanggo, kahit na bilanggo, meron pa rin karapatan yung mga bilanggo na mabuhay with dignity. So, samantalahin na po natin itong pag-hearing natin sapagkat marami rin nakabitin. Noong isang araw na bitin tayo doon sa mga telepono na binigay sa atin ng dalawang custodial officers ng Muntinlupa at sinasabi nila hindi sila nag-uusap ng ni Yolanda na testigo natin. Nasaan pa si Yolanda? Kanya saan coming? Alright. And mabutit may report ng NBI so we can proceed with that. Actually, hinihintay ko yan para makapag-submit tayo ng preliminary report. Today, sa mga ating pagsusuri, just a little summary, hearing, lumabas na yung mga nagbabayaran pati sa ospital at ginagamit pa yung ospital na opisina ng mga nagtutulak ng droga sa labas. Yun sasaliksikin pa natin yan para talagang magkaroon tayo ng tunay na mahawakan para mahabol yung mga dapat habulin dyan. At ang bilibid lumalabas palengke ng mga bisyo. Drugs, tilapia, o mga babaeng pinagbibili sa mga tao natin. Even chismis na yung, and I don't want to say this, ilang mga kawangi ng bilibid na nag-aalaga sa mga preso dahil tungkulin nila yon, pati yun nag-chismis na pumapayag makipagtalik para sa salapi. I hope that is not true and we're still going to find out whether that indeed is happening. I don't want to go into the salacious. Certainly, ang daming undue favors, corruption. Flavors, sinabi ko, dahil sa pagkain lang, pati yun natatasahan. Hindi lang naman ito nakaraan. Ngunit nung araw pa, ang problema dyan sa bilibid sa pagkain matagal lang pinag-uusapan na hindi umaabot yung budget na dapat ibigay sa mga nakakulong. Mas nakakalungkot isipin ang mga napakaraming opisyal ng ating prison system ay dilamo na ata ng sistema sa loob ng prison system dahil kanilang pinapagkakitaan ang bawat galaw sa loob. Isa na ang malaking negosyo ang umiiral. Bagamat gusto pa natin dagdagan yan, pero nakikita natin na ang factual condition doon ay talagang pagka ikaw ay bilanggo, sorry ka na lang dahil bilanggo ka, pwede kang pagsamantalahan ng mga gwardya, pwede kang bawasan sa good conduct time allowance under the determinate sentence law. At ngayon dito sa GCTA, pwede kang magbigyan ng dalaw at hindi ka pwedeng kumain, hindi ka maglalagay, hindi ka pwedeng magkaroon ng ibang kanata. Masakit dyan, nakikita na yung nangyayari sa ating lipunan na yung malalaki ay mas maraming karapatan at mas maraming pribileyo. Doon sa larangan ng preso ay talagang kawawang-kawawa ka kung talagang wala ka. At mapipilitan ka sumama sa mga gang para magkaroon ka ng konting proteksyon o doon sa mga malalaking nakakulong na may pera para ikaw ay maging bata-bata at para sa ganoon ay kahit na paano makakuha ka rin ng konting magandang serbisyo. You may correct me if you think I'm exaggerating, but that is the way it is. Which leads me to the conclusion sa Latin, quis custodias ipsos custodem. Who will guard the guardians? Sino magbabantay sa mga bantay? At yung naman ay kailangan pang bantayan sapagkat mukhang medyo marupok ang ating training, ang ating pagpili ng mga gwardya, ang ating pagpili ng mga pinuno, dahil mukhang hindi umiiral yung dapat pairalin. Ang ating justice system po ay intended ang ating mga prisons to become reformatories hanggat maaari. Yan po ay yung tinatawag nating positive school. Para sa ganun, paglabas sila, meron silang hanap buhay o babalik sila sa mahusay na pag-uugali. Pero yung isang servisyon, isang school of thought ay yung tinatawag natin retributive justice o yung classical na ang kriminal ay dapat talaga parusahan na husto at pahirapan. Mukhang lumalabas na talagang ang parusa hindi nga institutional pero ang parusa ay corruption influence. Kung wala kang pera, lalo kang mapaparusahan. Kung ipiperpetuate natin itong sistema ito, paano yan? Tiglalabas ay napakarami. Nakikita ko yung statistics natin sa kulungan. Ewan kung tama itong binigay sa akin. At matagal ko lang pinipili ito. Kagabi ko lang, kanina madaling araw ko lang nakuha.
Sumeradyo, DZWB, Last Report!
Ang tinatanong ngayon dito ni Senator Richard Gordon ay si NBI Chief Attorney Dante Gueran.
We were not allowed by law to open the cell phones of two of the three, and it appears that there were communications between and among the three of them. We have submitted the report to this very good committee, Mr. Chairman.
There were. Marami ba? Isa lang? O dalawa? O dahil kaya tayo nagtanong sa inyo dahil sinasabi lang wala silang komunikasyon. Yes, sir.
Basically, we have on February 21 of 2019, Yolanda Camilon received a text message from mobile number 0908-742-8324.
Belonging to? Kanino po yun? Lumapitan po tayo sa mikropono, Director.
Veronica Bunyo po, which states that, Ma'am, I already advised Mabel na magkikita kayo maya po. Okay. And then, on February 21, Yolanda Camilon received a text message from mobile number 0945-550-6796, Binilda Bansel, which states, si Butch, ma'am, ang nagawa ng resolution, ma'am, ng MSEC. Okay. And then, still on February 21, Yolanda Camilon received a text message from mobile number 0945-550-6796. It appears that it's the number of Binilda Bansel, which states that nag-usap na po pala kayo ni Sir Chito. Di okay na po. Yun. Kayo na po bahala.
Yun ang tanong ni Yolanda sa kanila.
It's a statement, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
And then, ma'am, pwede ba, another statement, another sentence, ma'am, pwede ba punta ka dito sa Bulaluhan? Katatapos namin mag-usap ni Sir Chito. Sabi po niya, mag-usap daw po tayo, open and close parenthesis.
Sino yung nagsasalita?
It appears,
In number.
Yolanda Camilon, Mr. Chairman.
Si Yolanda. Ang kausap niya,
Binilda Bansel po.
si Mabel.
It's a Binilda Bansel.
Ah.
I'll read the report, Mr. Chairman. If you allow me, we were not able to extract any call made by Veronica Bunyo using mobile number 0908-742-8324 from Yolanda Camilon. Coordination has been made with our cybercrime division to request information from Smart Telephone Company related to the subscribers' information. For the mobile phone of Veronica Bunyo, we have yet to conduct digital forensic examination because it is passcode protected.
It is?
Passcode protected.
Password.
Passcode, it's passcode protected.
Passcode.
That's right. The Cybercrime Division is now locating the whereabouts of Veronica Bunyo to serve the warrant for examination of computer data, WECD, issued by the Honorable Victoria Soriano Villadolid, presiding judge, RTC 24 of Manila. That's all, Mr. Chairman.
So lumalabas talaga may ugnayan sila.
It appears, Mr. Chairman.
In accordance with your examination, it appears na talaga may ugnayan sila.
Yes po, Mr. Chairman.
Tungkol doon sa pinag-uusapan natin dito.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Alright. So, lumalabas, Veronica, Mabel, nagsisinungaling kayo. Pinipilit yun na hindi kayo nagtatawagan, pero lumalabas, nagtatawagan kayo. At ang pinag-uusapan nyo ay yung pumayag na imatataas tungkol doon sa hinihiling nila Yolanda. Yes.
Sir, nagpapasama nga po siya kay Chito Roque. Talaga po nag-uusap kami dahil lumapit
Sagutin mo na
po
yung tanong ko,
siya.
para malinaw tayo, para malaman ko
Sir.
kung ano ang mo. Nagsisinungaling ka nung sinabi mo, wala kayong usapan.
Hindi po ako nagsisinungaling. Sinabi ko nga po sa inyo na lumapit po siya sa
Hindi
amin.
yung telepono, nag-uusap kayo sa telepono, kaya pinacheck yung telepono niyo eh.
Nag-text nga po siya na tungkol kay Chito lang. Yun ang magpapasama nga po siya sa bahay ni Chito Roque. Yun lang po. Pero regarding po sa anumang iba pa.
Be careful, hindi kayo nasama sa contempt dahil wala pa yung telepono yan.
Nagkakausap po nga kami dahil nilapitan po niya ako. Nagpasama
Yung
siya
una,
kay
ayaw mo
Chito
sabihin
Roque.
na nag-uusap kayo, dinay mo, di ba?
No, Your Honor.
Alam ko sinamahan mo siya, pero sa
Opo.
telepono, sabi mo, hindi kayo nag-uusap.
Siya
Yan
naman
may
po ang
gawa-gawa
nagsabi.
nun.
Hindi po ako nagsabi noon. Siya po nagsabi na si Veronica Bunyo lang po ang kausap niya sa phone. Hindi po niya sinabi na ako po ang kausap niya sa phone.
Kung yung narinig din yung boses ng babae ay si Belinda Bansil. Mabel ang
Mr.
tawag
Chair.
sa kanya.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
the text messages and the report of the NBI speaks for itself. When Ms. Bansil was replying to your question, the NBI director kept on moving his head. And apparently, Director Geran, is she telling the truth about the content of the text messages?
There is a principle in law, res ipsa locator, Mr. President.
And therefore, what she has been testifying to the committee is completely false, Mr. Chairman.
Veronica,
Yes, sir.
sabi mo, hindi kayo nag-uusap. Andito yung ano. Hindi kayo nag-uusap. Sabi mo, kaya nakuha yung telepono mo, pinakuha ko pa doon sa parking lot. Ngayon, lumalabas, nakakausap mo siya. At pati yung bulaluhan. Alam mo, inuli na kita no, sabi mo, negative. Pareho yung sinasabi mo pagka tinatanong kita. Sinabi mo doon sa telepono, nung kausap, kanina sabi mo, negative, no? Nung nag-usap tayo nung last time. So, talagang hindi ka nagsasabi na ito na sinasabi mo na hindi mo siya nakakausap.
Sir, I invoke my right against self-incrimination, sir.
Too late. Too late. Nasabi mo na yung natanong ka na dyan dati. Dapat nung pa sinabi yan. Di ba, Buday?
Still no, sir.
No, sir. Hindi totoo yung sinasabi ng NBI?
No, sir.
Hindi totoo yung sinasabi niya?
Sir, totoong hindi ko nakakausap si Yolanda, sir.
Hindi mo siya nakakausap. Director NBI, does the evidence belie what he's saying? What she's saying?
She was correct, hindi sila nag-uusap. Pero sa text message, meron sila ugnayan.
Pa. Text, nag-uusap sila sa text. Sorry, okay, my mistake. Akala ko pag nagte-text hindi na pwede magsalita eh. Pero sige, nag-uusap kayo sa text. Nag-uusap kayo sa text, right? Huwag ka naman din, mape-perjury ka.
Sir, hindi ko siya nakakausap.
Hindi, text.
Yes, sir.
What is yes, sir?
Yep. Message ako sa kanya.
May message ka sa kanya. Di ba sinabi mo?
Yes, sir.
Can you move the microphone to her? I would advise you na kung may lawyer ka dyan, huwag ka na magsinungaling because pag nagsinungaling ka, lalaki pa yung sunog. Sabi ka na ng totoo, ako nakikiusap na. Sabi ka na ng totoo, ilan naman pinag-uusapan dito eh. Baka maging testigo ka pa para malaman natin kung talagang sino talaga ang kumukubra para mailabas yung tao. O, sinasabi ko na yung... O. Ang text nyo, tungkol saan? Sabi mo, hindi kayo nag-uusap, hindi kayo nagte-text. Ngayon, lumalabas, nagte-text kayo. Ayan, nakalagay kayo.
Sir, ang binabanggit po ni Yolanda nung nakaraan is tinawagan ko siya, which is hindi ko siya nakakausap. Po yung unang statement niya.
Ang layo naman ang sagot mo. Sinasagot siya, nasabi siya, nagte-text kayo eh. Nag-text ka sa kanya, di ba?
Yes, sir.
O, di nag-uusap kayo. Yung kuya ko rito, Senate President Dillon, sabi niya, hindi kayo nag-uusap, dahil text lang. Pwede na mag-uusap sa text kayo. Ma'am, please tell the truth para hindi na tayo magkagulo rito. Huli na yan eh. Sabi ka, hindi kayo nag-uusap, kayo nag-uusap kayo. Ang pinag-uusapan niyo talaga patungkol doon sa kwan. Di ba? Yoli, anong pinag-uusapan niyo?
Yung tungkol po din sa ibabayad, yung sinisingil nila na sa akin.
Yung binabayad.
Yung ibabayad ko po, yun ang pinapalo up niya po sa akin.
Pinapalop ka niya. No? At ang sabi niya, gusto mo ba sabihin ko sa'yo, Veronica, yung sinabi mo? Gusto mo sabihin ko? Ma'am, I already advised Mabel na magkita kayo mamaya po. Ano ibig sabihin nun? May sinabi pang bulaluhan, makita tayo sa bulaluhan. Eh, yun talaga sinasabi niya. Sabi niya, di kayo nakikita sa bulaluhan, di ba? Hindi niyo alam yung bulaluhan.
Ang ginigisa dito ay
Mr. Chairman, if you
Yes,
don't mind.
please.
Director Geran, what was the phone number of Veronica that she used to text Yolanda Camilon?
Let me go back to the records, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
ang ginigisa po dito ay sina Correctional Senior Inspector Maria Benilda Bansil at si Correctional Officer 3 Veronica Bunyo.
Yolanda received a text message from mobile 0945-550-6796. This is the phone number of Belinda Bansil.
Sorry, again?
0945-550-6796. This is the number of Benilda Bansil.
No, the other one,
And for
in Veronica. Yung Bunyo.
Ang tinitingnan dito ni NBI Chief Nantigeran ay yung report ng NBI kaugnay ng isinagawang forensic examination
the
sa
number,
cellphone.
Mr. Chairman, is
Itong sina Bansil at Bunyo at ni Yolanda Camilon.
0908
0908
742
742
8324.
8324. Okay. My question, Mr. Chair, to Yolanda was itong 0908 742 8324 na telepono ni Veronica. Ano? Yan yung natanggap mo yung text, ano?
Yan din po yung number na ginagamit niya tumatawag sa akin.
Ang tawag.
Opo. Willing po kami kung talagang magmamatigas si Ma'am Bunyo. Willing akong kami sa liar detector machine. Totoo po talaga yung sinabi ko na siya po yung tumawag doon sa cellphone.
Nakakasiguro na nga rin kami. Hinintay lang namin yung report ng voice recognition. I was just wondering, baka ako ibang telepono ginagamit sa pantawag. Pero yun din ang telepono ginagamit niya.
Opo.
Same number. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Veronica. I must tell you, no? I must tell you this. Sabihin sa'yo, hindi ako nang babraso, hindi ako natuduro. Sabihin ko sa'yo, katulad ng sinabi ko na kita na huwag kang magsinungaling dito. Tatamayin kita ulit. Gamitin ko lang yung sinabi mo last time. Chairperson, ako yun, Senator Gordon. Kilala mo si Yoli? Natatandaan mo yung sagot mo? Ang sagot mo, sumagot ka, pinutin mo, sabi mo, no sir. Ang sabi ni Ms. Bunyo, sir, hindi ko po kilala personal. Ngayon, nagte-text na kayo. So, magkakilala kayo.
Sir, hindi ko siya kilala personal.
Sige, text me. Sige. Umiikli ang pasensya namin dito sa iyo.
Yung mga abogado mo nagbibilang na contempt number dito, ha? Ang 5 na raw.
Chairperson, Senator Gordon, ngayon lang kayo nagkita. No, sir. The first time na nakita ko siya is nung hinatid ko si Ma'am Mabel.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then, tumatawag ka ba kay Yolanda?
No, sir.
Ang sagot mo, sabi mo sa akin totoo, ang sagot mo, is po nyo, sir, negative, sir. Ang tanda-tanda ko yun eh. Hindi ko po siya kilala at wala po akong intensyon na tawagan o kausapin siya kasi hindi ko nga po siya personal na kilala. Yan ang sinabi mo.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tinanong kita uli. Chairperson, Senator Gordon. Ikaw ba yung nasa telepono? Miss Bunyo? Sir, hindi po.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Ano yan?
Hindi ako yung nasa telepono, sir.
Ikaw na yung nasa telepono?
No, sir. Hindi po ako yung nasa
Hindi
telepono.
ikaw. Sa kanya, 2 beses mong ginamit negative. Sabi ko sa iyo. Ang sagot mo, is Bunyo, hindi sir. Hindi po ako yung kausap niya.
Yes, sir.
Sabi ko, excuse me. Sinulit ko ba? Hindi po ako ang kausap niya. So, deny ka ng deny, hindi mo siya nakakausap. Whether by voice or by text. Pero ngayon, nandiyan na ngayon yung NBI na huling-huli yung telepono mo, ginagamit na may text kayo. Tatanungin ko ngayon ng NBI at pagkatapos sumagot dito, talagang papaperjury na kita, false statement na kita rito.
Sir, yung una niyo pong binanggit is kung
Excuse me?
Sir, yung una po yung binanggit is kung ako yung nasa voice recording. Ang sabi ko po, hindi.
So, naglulubid ka na kung buhangin ng konti, no?
That time kasi, sir, piniplay niya po yung
Ano niya
recording.
parinig eh. Lumapit ka sa...
That time po kasi piniplay niya yung recording, kaya po kayo nagtanong.
Tatanungin kita ngayon. Tatanungin ko rin ng NBI. Tanungin ko muna ng NBI. Meron ba kayong nakitang ebidensya na binura lahat yung mga messages sa mga telepono? Sir?
I'll refer to my IT, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. May mga messages po na deleted and we need additional information from the telecom company to confirm our findings.
Excuse me, sir. What is your name?
I'm Supervising Agent Christopher Paz. I'm the Chief of the NBI. Christopher Paz, Your Honor.
PAC. Pass.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pakitaas na kung kano kamay para nakaayos tayo dito.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You may sit down here, sir. Dito para hindi kayo naman uncomfortable. So, Chris, ikaw ang forensic expert, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Nung binigay siya yung telepono, did you find evidence na binura?
Particularly, Your Honor, ito pong telepono ni Verona is password protected. As of now, we are trying to open it. And meron na po kaming application. Actually, nag-run po. Meron po tayong warrant for examination of computer data, which is now, we can serve now to Mr. Bunyo, Mr. Chairman.
So, mabubuksan niyo?
By the order of the court, we can open it, Mr. Chairman, right now.
Can we ask for an order to the court right away?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Meron na, di ba?
We have a copy, Your Honor. For just to serve it.
Isa-serve sa kanya.
Yes, Your Honor.
Na-serve na ba sa kanya?
Hindi po. We're going to serve, Mr. Chairman, if you will allow us.
Yes, please. Dramatically, serve it to the lady. Court order. Bibigyan ka ng court order na bubuksan yung telepono, ha? Veronica, do you know what's going on here? Do you know how grievous, nakakatakot yung ginagawa mo, ha? Pag nagsinungaling ka rito, malaking kasalanan niya, kriminal yan.
Ang winarningan ni Gordon ay itong si Veronica Bunyo. Si Veronica Bunyo ay Correctional Officer 3 sa Bureau of Corrections. May pinag-receive sa kanya dito na pinipirmahan naman niya. Yung kanyang cellphone, yung sabi ni NBI Director Dante Geran ay passcode protected. So hindi nila
Mr.
mabuksan lahat
Chairman,
ng data.
the one NBI agent serving the warrant is Attorney Cristia Amores.
Attorney Christian Amores.
Christia Amores.
Krisha. Kristia, Kristia. Kristia. Can you go to the microphone para we can get the name properly?
Kristia.
Kristia. Kumbaga Italiano, Kristia. Kriscia. Okay. Amores. Are you from Zambales? Because we have a Justice Amores from Zambales before, from San Felipe. It's a good justice, all right? Have you served the order of the court? Has she signed it already?
Yes, and she already gave the password.
Oh, she gave the password already. And is Chris doing it already? You may want to sit down, but you can be more comfortable.
Yung cellphones ni Bansil at Bunyo ay pinabusisi po yan sa NBI dahil
We
itinanggi
successfully
nila yung
opened
kanilang pakikipag-usap kay Yolanda kami doon.
Mr. Chair. So our next step is to subject this to digital forensic examination, and we will submit the report to this committee, Mr. Chairman.
And the next hearing.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Wow, okay. I thought the marvels of technology allowed us. Can you do it this afternoon now?
Yes, Mr.
Madala nyo
Chairman.
na ngayon para matapos tayo kagad.
Yes, we can do it, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead, please proceed and do it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Bunyo. Now, Miss Bunyo.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. I was going to ask her about
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
since the NBI is going to make public, pursuant to a court order, the exchange of text messages, siguro we can save time, Ms. Bonyo, if you already tell us exactly what those text messages are. It's useless na hindi mo po sasabihin dahil mayroon ng proseso, may court order na, ang NBI mayroon ng access sa mga text messages mo, imbis na hihintayin pa natin, siguro sabihin mo na talaga kung ano yung mga text messages na nandun sa telepono mo at sino ang tinetext mo para po mas mapabilis tayo. Ganon din ang kalalabasan nun.
Tama. At kahit na ma-delete yun, lalabas pa rin ang totoo. I hope you know that. Nakikiusap na si Senator doon. Sabihin mo na ngayon, dahil maghihintay pa tayo din sa NBA, dadating naman ang totoo dyan eh. Sabi ka na totoo, makakatulong ka rito sa kaso na to. Malay mo, baka maging state witness ka pa. Sipin nyo, sabi nga ni Senator Soto rito, what are you guys thinking? Akala nyo ba, babalik kayo? Sinabi na ni President Duterte, kakalubugin talaga yung Muntinlupa, which is what we really prefer. Top to bottom, huwag naman yung mga walang kasalanan, no? Pero ikaw, baka makatulong ka, sakali. Di ba? Sige na, Ading. Ano ka ba? Ilocano? Bisaya? Ano?
Ang father ko is from La Union, sir.
From La Union.
Bangar, sir. Bangar.
Can you speak closely?
Bangar, La Union, sir, ang father ko.
La Union, Ilocano. Bangar.
Pero dito na po kami sa Manila lumaki.
Lakas mo doon sa...
Dito na po kami sa Manila lumaki.
Okay,
Hindi po ako marunong mag-Ilocano.
Hintayin pa natin yan.
Yes, sir.
So, you want us to wait? Ayaw mo pa magsabi. Lalabas naman yan eh. I'll tell you what you said, ha? Sabi mo. Binara mo lahat. Sabi ni Senate President. Ibig sabihin, dinilit lahat. Dinilit lahat. Miss Bunyo, sir, hindi po. Nagdi-delete ako, usually talaga, sir. Dahil yung cellphone ko is talaga pong hindi siya loaded na capacity. Sir. At kahit na mag-delete, lalabas at lalabas yung mga sinabi mo doon. You still want to take that risk? We will wait.
Tikaw mabibig nitong si Bunyo at pumipikit-pikit. Pumipikit-pikit itong si Bunyo.
Would you like to think about it for a few minutes? Pag-isipan mo muna.
Pumipikit si Bunyo.
Hindi naman ako nagmamadali na lalabas naman ang katotohanan. Pero kung makakatulong ka, tumulong ka na. So, pag-isipan mo na.
Kaya sinabi ni Senator Gordon na baka makakatulog ka kasi pumipikit-pikit itong si Bunyo. At tayo magsalita.
Oh. Huwag mo naman kayong paghintayin dito. We're giving you a lot of leeway here. Yeah. Maghihintay kami sa'yo o hintayin natin sa NBI? Ha?
Pumorma siyang magsasalita sa mikropono pero hindi pa rin nagsasalita ito si Bunyo.
Ano yan?
Umiling.
Sir, pwede mo nang mag-break lang.
Pwede mag-break ka. Do you want to talk to one of our lawyers so they can tell you what your situation is?
Possible.
Possible. Sige. I'll give you a few minutes. Nahirap, pasela niyan eh. I don't want you to get into trouble. Kung makakatulong ka, tumulong ka. Kung hindi ka naman makakatulong, magigiba ka talaga. Eh, pero ang ebidensya napakalakas. Oh. Lumabas ang nag-uusap ko eh. Sabi mo, hindi kayo nag-uusap. May testigo laban sa iyo. Ngayon, may testigo ng NBI. Pagpahintay mo kami at lalabas yun, ganun rin, lalong mabigat. So, I'll give you a few minutes. Maybe you can talk to attorney. Ha? Babia.
Ang tinuro ni Senator Gordon si Atty. Babia na Secretary ng Committee on
Babae sa
Justice.
babae, o. Ayan, o. Dalawa na kayo. Lapit na, doon sa kabila. Okay? O, sige. Pwede kayo mag-usap doon sa dalawa, doon sa likod. Isang masculine, isang feminine.
Tumayo na itong si Bunyo.
Alright.
Ang direksyon papunta doon sa may likuran itong session hall.
Okay.
Kasama
In
yung
the
abogado
meantime,
ni Senator Gordon.
while we're waiting for the results, we have other witnesses here that we called. We called General Magalong of CIDG in connection with the time that I think sometime in 2014 or 2013 or 14, there was information by the CIDG and the PIDEA that so much drugs were occurring and inside the penitentiary, and that you wanted to touch base with the authorities there so a raid could be conducted. Is that true, sir?
It's true, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Totoo yun, aha.
Yes, sir.
Can you relate the effort or the information? Can you share the information that you had here at the time, which eventually you will share with the highest authorities in the Bureau of Prisons as well as in the Department of Justice?
Mr. Chair, if you will allow me,
Please.
can I read my affidavit that I submitted sometime in 2015
Yes,
to
sir.
the House
Go
of
ahead.
Representatives? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
In the meantime, I instruct the committee secretariat to, wala yung isa dito, yung blue ribbon na lang, we'll get a copy so that we can distribute it to all the other senators. Go ahead, please, sir.
Mr. Chair, I have a certified true copy, and
Yes,
I will
sir.
submit it after this
Yes, sir.
hearing. May I inform everyone that I was formerly a PNP officer in the Philippine PNP officer, and I retired last December 2016. But sometime in early December 2013, I was designated as Director of the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group. that in the course of the performance of my duty and functions as Director, CIDG, I initiated intelligence operations and case build-up in response to reported illegal activities of some CIDG and CRPO and PRO3 personnel who were engaged in a scheme called Agaw Bato, in which they peddle illegal drugs recovered through legitimate police operations. Part of their modus operandi is to arrest Chinese drug traffickers and seize illegal drugs. They would later free them in exchange for money and arrest another Chinese national as replacement of the freed drug trafficker. A nominal part of the seized drugs will be legally declared, while a sizable amount will be brought to their safe houses and distributed, each member receiving his share. Sir, just to elaborate, ang nangyayari po rito, there are rogue elements of the Philippine National Police. They have this... Opo.
Even CIDG,
Yes,
ano po yung NCRPO?
National Capital Region and Police Regional Office 3 in
Yes, sir.
Liver.
Bakit Agaw Bato?
Ganito po yung
Si
concept
Senator
rito.
Bato ba yun?
No, sir. No, hindi po. Malayo po kay Senator Bato.
Yes, go ahead.
Ang sistema po rito, there are rogue elements of the Philippine National Police, what we call a enterprise criminal mind. No? Ang ginagawa po nila, paikutin po nila yung kanilang head of office at sasabihin po nila na magkakaroon sila, they have an impending anti-illegal drug operation. Most of the time, these are buy-bust operation. So ang gagawin ng head, magkakaroon na po ng pre-ops yan, tatawagan na rin po niya yung ibang units na alam niya na pwedeng makadetect ng operation. These are what we call pre-coordination para wala pong mangyayaring misencounter, yung tinatawag po natin na blue-on-blue situation. At the same time, habang nagsasabihan siya ng team leader ng rogue team na, sir, diyan ka lang sa opisina, sasabihan ka namin kung okay na po yung operation. Naghihintay yung boss, habang naman yung rogue team, they will start their operation. Pag nakuha na ho nila, nahuli na po nila yung, usually this is a high-profile Chinese personality, together with the pieces of evidence, and this in the form of drugs, assuming, sir, na 100 kilos of drugs, ang gagawin na po nila, idediretso na po nila sa kanilang safe house. Ito yung mga discrete na offices nila. Pag wala pong nakaharang sa kanila at naidiretso nila sa safe house, may mga options po sila. Either sasabihan po nila yung boss nila, sasabihin nila, sir, hindi po natuloy yung operation. Another option is, sir, positive po tayo, pero ang nakuha lang po namin 30 kilos. Pag meron pong nakaharang sa kanila on their way to their safe house at may nakadetect po sa kanila na other law enforcement agencies, ang sasabihin po nila, may clearance po to. Please call our head of office. So covered na po sila. Going back to the first scenario, pagdating po nila sa safe house, marami pong options mangyayari. As I've said, i-declare po nila yung nominal na amount of drugs, itatago po nila yung iba, and ipapass break nila sa merkado. Kaya mapapansin nyo po na biglang babagsak po yung presyo ng shabu. Usually, these are methamphetamine or hydrochloride. From the usual 6,000, baka babagsak na lang po yan ng 4,000 per gram or 3,000 per gram, fast break. Another option is, yung nahuli nilang Chinese, ipapatubos ho nila yan. Let us say, mga 50 million. Pag naipatubos na po nila yan, huhuli sila ng ibang Chinese drug personality rin. At yun ang palalabasin nilang, yun ang nahuli nila. So, very enterprising po.
50 million?
Usually po, the latest that I investigated, it amounted to about 50 million yung para tubusin nung sindikato, yung Chinese drug lord.
Ganon kalaki, ha?
Ganon ho. So, kumita na po sila doon sa drugs. Kumita pa sila doon sa nahuli nila ng Chinese. At palalabasin nila na ito yung Chinese, yung replacement, yun ang original na nahuli nila. In fact, sir, when I was CIDG, I applied for a search warrant I implemented the search warrant against one of my office in CIDG in Pampanga. In-applyan ko po yan ng search warrant. At unfortunately, hindi na po namin na-recover yung mga drugs, but we were able to get the drug money and we filed cases against them for drug dealings and illegal possession of firearms. That as a result of the intelligence operations and operational research we conducted, it was revealed that personalities involved in the Agaw Bato scheme deal and transact with inmates inside the National Bilibid Prison. Doon po sa aming investigation, lumalabas po na all roads practically lead to NBP. And we found out that despite being detained inside the National Bilibid Prison, these Chinese drug personalities continue to remotely manage the drug trade in the entire country.
So talagang totoo talaga na ang negosasyon sa loob ng Muntinlupa pero yung droga nasa labas na.
Opo.
At ang nagpapatakbo yung mga drug lords doon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Talagang ang management po sa loob ng NBP. And there is no truth na merong laboratory sa NBP. Wala po yan.
Wala.
And they will not take the risk. Dahil po, bakit po ako magtatayo ng isang drug laboratory when in fact, mas madali ako magpatayo sa labas?
Well,
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
you know, just 2 days ago, Director General Aaron Aquino of the PDEA said exactly the same thing that you're telling us now. His was a theory, his was a suspicion or a theory, and basically, but he said the same thing, exactly. Recycling.
Yes, sir.
Recycling. And he used words like, pag nakahuli, kalahati lang yung isosurrender, ang kalahati nun, savings, open,
Yes,
close
sir.
quote. And it is savings because they will use it for future operations. When asked by one of the senators, what do you mean savings? Senator Lacson asked, savings means what? Savings for future operations, either to plant it or to sell it. To plant it in future operations or to sell it. The way you have testified, Mayor Magalong, is you have actual experience on this, and you reconfirm it as actually happening?
Yes, sir.
Would you be free to give us some details as to who these people are? Are they still in the service?
Yes, sir.
Did mention that one of his men were involved in Pampanga.
Yes, all right. Next question. Are you willing to make public the names of these people or who are involved with this?
Okay, sir, can I reveal this during an
Sorry?
executive session? Can I reveal this during an executive session?
I submit that to the chairman. I cannot decide on that.
Well, I would be favored if you would in an executive session.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, this
I
is
know the
very...
dangers that come with it, and that we want to be legally responsible and also
Yes.
safe insofar as our lives are concerned.
Yes, sir.
I suppose that's the meaning of it, right?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, yes, I concur with the chairman. Let's take this up in closed session. But just for what we can say publicly, how this still continue to happen today, to your knowledge?
Sa tingin ko, sir, tuloy-tuloy pa rin po.
Tuloy-tuloy pa rin.
Opo.
So Secretary Aaron already, General Aaron already said that.
Although he said that he hears from his intelligence reports that these things happen today.
Not in,
yes, sir.
Your Honor, can I just qualify, pero hindi po siguro ganun kagrabe nung panahon na, nung kami po ay nung nasa PDEA pa po ako at nasa Philippine National Police.
Mas grabe
Siguro
nun.
ngayon, iba na po yung scale ng kanilang operation. Siguro ngayon, mas tempered na po.
But nevertheless, whether small or large, the fact that they are law enforcement officers engaged in this kind of an activity is something that we must, as in general, condemn and stop it, because our anti-drug campaign will be a laughing stock if this continues. In any case, in your personal experience, how high, who knew of this?
Mataas po.
Ha?
Medyo may rank na po sila.
Mataas.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Yeah, okay, stop there.
Can I further elaborate,
Sa
sir?
executive session.
Can I further elaborate?
yes, go ahead.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor. Mr. Chair, there was, when I was in the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency as Regional Director of the Metro Manila Regional Office, yes, I was with Senator Soto, yes, sir. And when we did an inventory of all the laboratory equipment that were recovered, seized during raids, lumalabas po na bakit walang nahuhuling complainant, walang nahuhuling mga suspect. Yung pala, nangyari po pala, para palabasin nila na series of successful operation, pag may makuha silang meron silang isang operation at substantive yung kanilang nakuhang mga equipment, yung laboratory equipment, ang gagawin ho nila itatago nila yung iba. Tapos palalabasin nila na ilalagay nila sa isang site. Tapos magkakandak sila ng raid. So instead of just one operation, palalabasin nila na merong ibang operation pa na naging successful.
They seem to be very industrious in spreading their pernicious poison.
Yes, sir. You know, when they started, alam niyo sir, yung pagtatago ng droga, parang during the early years, yung pagtatago ng droga is because, ang sabi ng mga law enforcers, wala namang sapat na pondo ang ating kapulisan for operation. So, yung itatago nilang droga, yun ang gagamitin nila para sa ibang transaksyon. So just to sort of, defense mechanism. But then, it slowly evolved into an enterprise. Ang nangyayari na ngayon, binebenta na nila yung droga. I-recycle nila, ibebenta na nila yung droga. Noon, siguro, pag nakakuha ka ng 10 kilo, i-declare mo 9 kilos, itago mo yung 1 kilo. Ngayon po, nung panahon mo namin, nabaliktad na po yun. Mas malaki na po yung itinatago, konti na lang yung dinideclare. And that's how it evolved. And as I've said, that's the reason why we, the Philippine National Police, jump-started its transformation program. And significantly, it was able to address these irregularities and anomalies. Pero as I've said, I believe it's still existing until now.
You know, Mr. Chair, more than 25 years ago, I was personal witness to this anomaly. If you recall, there was some law enforcement officer who was killed in Metro Manila by the NBI. And
Ay Magallanes.
Yes, sir.
yes, and that also involves recycling. And the information was given to us, and we gathered the information from a foreign drug enforcement agency, because that was how they caught this law enforcement officer. So it is not as if it only happened a few years ago. I'm talking about 25 years ago, nandyan yan.
Yeah.
Hanggang ngayon, nandyan pa yan.
Yes, sir.
Correct? That's how old it is?
You're right, sir. I agree with you.
It has gotten worse, right?
Nag-evolve po siya. Nag-evolve po siya into something talagang serious siya.
Yeah.
But then, slowly, ina-address po ito ng Philippine National Police.
Right. So we really have a problem, right?
Huge problem during the time, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
We still nonetheless have a big problem until now.
Yes, sir.
Maybe not as huge, but
at
still, the
different
problem
scale,
is-
yes, yes, Mr. Chair, yes.
Significantly destructive to our people, right?
Absolutely, Mr. Chair.
Tapusin ko na muna yung affidavit niya. I'm just having finished the affidavit. Go ahead, sir. Continue, please finish your affidavit so that we could sleep before we go into executive session.
Pero pa pong ibang sistema, no? During surveillance operations, ang gagawin po during one particular surveillance operations wherein I personally have personal knowledge. Yung personnel po ng isang law enforcement agency, ongoing po yung surveillance ng Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. And then, nalaman po ng Philippine National Police, yung itong rogue elements ng Philippine National Police, biglang kinuha nila yung target, pati na rin yung nagsa-surveillance na PDEA agent. Nung nalaman ko, tinawag sa akin, tinawagan ko kagad yung officer who led the supposedly arrest. At sinabi ko sa kanya, ilabas niyo yan. Ilabas niyo yan. I will not condone it. Yung officer ho na yun, na nag-lead nung alleged na arrest, he was killed 2 years ago, last year. Mabuti pinakawalan po yung PDEA agent. Immediately, pinakawalan ho nila yung PDEA agent.
Proceed with your affidavit, sir, so we can finish that, and then we can go on executive session.
That initially, Coplan Cronus was exclusively a CIDG project. However, after gathering adequate evidence and information on the illegal drug trade managed inside the NBP, I instigated a meeting with then Secretary Justice Laila De Lima, SOJ De Lima for brevity, sometime in May 2014 to discuss with her our findings. Upon my arrival at the office of SOJ De Lima, I saw a whiteboard with a link diagram showing personalities associated with NBP. I learned a few months later that the diagram was provided by ISA. That before the meeting ended, I conveyed to SOJ De Lima that the CIDG and PDEA have a more updated and comprehensive link diagram. I also articulated to her the urgent need to raid NBP and to isolate the high-profile inmates to be guarded by the PNP SAC. SOJ De Lima replied that she will call for a high-level meeting to discuss my proposal. That on June 26, 2014, I attended a formal meeting with the SOJ. Also present in that meeting were former Director General Arturo Cacdac of PDEA, Director Virgilio Mendez of NBI, General Eduardo Año, who is now the Secretary of DILG of ISA, Rafael Ragos of NBI, and some select officials. I and the other attendees were surprised to see Rafael Ragos in attendance. I spoke in private with SOJ De Lima and expressed to her my reservations with Mr. Ragos. The SOJ subtly asked him to leave that meeting. During the meeting, I briefed the attendees and SOJ De Lima about our ongoing investigation. When I showed SOJ De Lima several photos of the couples of suspected drug personalities, she got angry and agitated to the point that she wanted to immediately proceed to the site to personally raid the structures. Fortunately, Director Mendez was able to pacify her. Thereafter, the SOJ directed the attendees to hold planning sessions. I suggested that General Cacdac will take the lead, considering that PDEA is the primary agency in the drug campaign. Utmost confidentiality was emphasized in that meeting. That as an offshoot of the said high-level meeting, 4 planning sessions were held on July 7, 9, 11, and 15, 2014 at the ICON office in PDEA. During the first meeting, CIDG presented Coplan Cronus to jumpstart the discussion. After 4 meetings, the attendees finally crafted a comprehensive plan on how to carry out the raid which included the seizure of drug, cash, firearms, and contraband, destruction of kubul structures, and isolation of high-profile drug inmates. That in our last planning session on July 15, 2014, I invited Director Bukayo of Bucor after securing clearance from SOJ de Lima. We found that the need to invite him because we need his inputs in the planning. Being the head of Bucor, his broad knowledge of NBP is critical to the plan. Ironically, in several instances, Director Bukayo appeared unsupportive of the plan. He provided information that seemingly would discourage the launching of the raid. He also raised his concern over his safety. He then manifested that the raid should be launched or should be delayed, citing should not be launched or should be delayed, citing various reasons, and even suggested that the raiding teams should be armed with search warrant. That the high-level meeting was again convened sometime in August 2015 to apprise Secretary de Lima and other attendees. I informed the SOJ that General Kakdak declined to head the operation and that Director Bukayo was hesitant to take his place. I volunteered to act as the ground commander and to lead the raid. That in the same meeting, I reiterated to SOJ de Lima that all high-profile drug inmates should be immediately isolated after the raid and suggested that PNP SAC guard the isolation facility. When the penal colonies in Palawan and Zamboanga were recommended as possible isolation areas for the inmates, SOJ de Lima stated the department has available funds in the amount of 12 million to fix the said facilities. We also came to an agreement that a joint letter of instruction covering the raid will be signed by SOJ de Lima and then SILG Mar Rojas. Every Wednesday po ang meeting namin kay Secretary Rojas. And I informed him of this impending operation. And he was very enthusiastic. Subsequently, I informed SILG Rojas of this forthcoming joint operation and the joint letter of instruction. That sometime in September 2014, Director Bukayo and then PAOK Director Reginald Villasanta, PAOK means Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, came to my office in CIDG. Director Bukayo expressed his misgivings about the planned operation. He attempted to dissuade me from launching the raid because, according to him, his life and that of his family will be in danger. I told him that only Secretary de Lima can decide if the raid will be carried out. Thereafter, I was surprised when Director Bukayo asked me to set up a meeting with him and Secretary de Lima. Nagtataka po ako, bakit ako pa po ang magpapaset up ng meeting and when in fact, direct report po siya kay Secretary de Lima. Nonetheless, I acceded to his request and called up SOJ, who replied that she will call for the Bucor chief for a meeting. That after that meeting with General Bukayo and General Villasanta, I have not received any further notice from the SOJ regarding the planned raid. Similarly, our PDEA counterpart was also inquiring from my staff in CIDG for any development. In a few instances, when I had the opportunity to meet and speak with SOJ de Lima, I followed up the plan and inquired as to when the raid would be launched. Ang sabi niya, hintay ka lang, Benji, hintay ka lang. That sometime in early December 2014, I learned from a reliable source that the plan to raid the NPP without the participation of CIDG is underway. When I mention here, Your Honor and Mr. Chair, about the reliable source, ang kausap ko po noon si General Garbo. Yes, Mr. Chair. Ang ginawa po, nangyari po dito, I was in my office, then here comes a call from General Garbo for me to report to his quarters inside Camp Crame. We were talking other operational matters. It was not about the NBP. And then suddenly, here comes a call. Nung sinagot niya, nag-uusap sila, I noticed 3 keywords. Una is, there is an impending operation, kasama ang SAP, kasama NCRPO, and kasama ang K9. With all these keywords, I was able to piece everything together. There is an impending operation and a raid of the NBP. So, tinanong ko siya agad, Sir, are you referring to, nung binaba niya yung telepono, sabi niya, Sir, meron pala kayong operation. Yan ba, Sir, yung NBP? Sabi niya, at nagpre-prepare na nga kami. After that, Sir, hindi ko na siya kinausap, umalis na ako. Tinawagan ko yung PIDEA, tinawagan ko yung Head of Intelligence, yung IIS, si Randy Pedroso. Tinanong ko sa kanya, kasi siya ang kasama ko lagi dun sa planning session. Sabi ko sa kanya, Randy, meron na ba kayong nakasama ba kayo doon sa operation sa NBP? Sabi niya, Sir, wala po akong alam dyan. Hindi ka ba tinawagan ng PIDEA? Wala po, Sir. Sir, pwede bang bigyan ko kayo ng feedback? At may tatanungin lang ako. After a few minutes, tumawag siya sa akin, and sabi niya, Sir, may request for K9. With that, we were able to realize na hindi kami pala isinama, Sir, sa operation. So, tumahimik na lang po kami. So, nangyari po noon, naghintay na lang kami until we found out that in December 15, I learned that the DOJ, NBI, PAO, Bucor, PNP SAC, NCRPO, and PIDEA K9 raided the NBP. That ends my...
Is there any possible reason why you would be excluded from the raid? Baka initsipwera, ang tagal lang. Nagsimula kayo Mayo, di ba? Mayo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Nag-raid po, December na. Latter half of December. Kasama ka sa pagpaplano, sinabi mo sa matataas, meron nangyayaring kubol dyan, siguro dapat public knowledge na yan. Alam naman ng tao lahat na bumibisita na, meron na. Alam na, bakit kayo hindi sinama sa raid? Hindi kayo sinama sa raid. Samantalang kayo ang pinaka-enthusiastic.
Mr. Chair, hanggang ngayon po, palaisipan sa akin kung bakit po ako hindi bakit po kami hindi isinama. At nagtataka rin po kami kung bakit inabot po hanggang December. Tapos na po yung planning session noong July. At dapat po sana, standard lang po sa law enforcement, after a planning session, it will only take us two weeks to prepare. And then we launch the operation. But in this particular case, grabe po yung delay. Kung titingnan nyo po, almost 5 months ang delay.
That is precisely my question. Tapos na kayo magplano, matagal na, hindi pa rin tinuloy. Ano ba ang re-raiding nyo talaga doon?
Sir, we were after yung contrabands. And
Contraband meaning may
drugs, firearms.
Akala ko ba walang ginagawang drugs ho doon?
Sir,
May gumagamit ng drugs, pero hindi
yes, sir.
ginagawa yung drugs.
Yun yung mga gumagamit, sir, doon. Grabe rin po ang bentahan ng drugs sa loob.
Opo.
Kasi gumagamit din po sila. Ang totoo po niyan, if you're a drug dealer, usually, sir, you also use drugs.
User ka rin.
User ka rin. Yan po yan.
So, anong target nyo doon?
Ang target po namin doon, yung mga dokumento, yung files, yung hard drive sa mga computers po nila. Alam niyo po,
So, may computer sila sa loob?
meron din po silang computers doon.
Meron ba kayo nalaman?
Meron din po silang ledgers doon.
Ha?
Yung po yung mga target po namin doon.
Mga ledger?
Yes, sir.
Doon pa sa raid nila Bukayo, later on, yung ba nakuha nila yung mga sinasabi mo?
Nung tinitingnan ko po yung inventory ng kanilang raid, based on news reports, wala pong lumalabas na may nakuha po silang mga dokumento. Wala po silang nakuha mga hard drive. Kaya,
December 2015 na yan. No? I don't like to say this because baka sabihin na naman, pinag-iinitan ako, meron akong dinadala sa investigasyon. No? But I have to ask this. Ang election 2016 May,
yes, Mr. Chair.
sandali na lang, mag-i-election na.
That was, ang election po 2016. So, 1 year and 5 months.
In fact, nagpalit na later on. Ano ba ang nakita niyo sa raid? Hindi ba dapat naman malaman ng tao talaga na ano nahuli yung mga kubol? Meron mga litrato dyan, nag-grade nga yung Secretary of Justice, nag-grade sila. Napasok nila yung mga kubol, nagulat ng tao. Ang lalaki pala nito mga tao ito. Meron silang air conditioning. Meron silang computer. Meron silang gamit. Sa palagay nyo kung kayo nakapag-grade doon, ano mangyayari?
Yun nga po ang nabanggit ko po sa aming post-briefing nung after nakita po namin yung rate na yon. Hindi po nila nakita yung mga ibang targets na alam po namin kung saan tinatago po yung mga ibang mga pieces of evidence. No?
Hindi ka naman insider sa jail, ah.
Marami
Ba't
po
nakikialam ka? May MVP. Hindi ka naman insider doon. But you got this information, and as a dedicated officer, you did the right thing. You went to Secretary De Lima, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We have a very extensive network inside the
Ang sabi mo
the
ba, mas
facility
maganda
po.
yung information namin dyan sa whiteboard ninyo.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that was when? May?
Yes, Your Honor. April
May.
po. Yeah, April.
If she wanted to raid right away, according to your affidavit, sige, puntahan na natin. Kagad. Galit na galit. Naharang lang ni Director Mendez. Bakit hindi nyo pa tinuloy ng panahon na yun?
Ito po ho yung mga information, Mr. Chair. Hindi pa po kompleto.
Hindi pa nakukompleto.
Hindi pa po. Kumbaga ho sa lingwahe namin, hilaw pa ho, hindi pa ho
So after 4 planning sessions with everybody, and then that was ready, you're asking Secretary De Lima, kailan ba tayo magre-raid? Ang sabi mo sa affidavit mo. By the way, this affidavit was done when?
Sir, this affidavit was submitted after the... Sir, this is a... Sir, this affidavit is dated September 16, 2009. But this is a copycat of my previous affidavit that I executed sometime in 2015. I have the
15.
original copy. Yes, sir.
So, lahat ng sinabi yun nakalagay na doon.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
At nagpunta na kayo sa kanya, pero ang sabi niya, Benji, maghintay-hintay ka lang.
Every time po na magkita ho kami, ganun lang po sinasabi niya sa akin. Lalapit po ako sa kanya. At doon po nararamdaman ko na po dahil wala na po yung enthusiasm. No?
I have to ask this question. And my apologies to Mr. Ragos. Pinalis mo si Mr. Ragos. Sabi mo, Secretary De Lima, meron kang tao dyan. Hindi, ayoko makipag-meeting kung nandyan yan.
Mr. Chair, we have been receiving adverse reports about Mr. Ragos.
Yes. Without meaning to say anything adverse upon Secretary De Lima, and I'm just going by the facts. Kung mananonood, dapat makita nyo. Later on, you're aware that Mr. Ragos was OIC, but by the time you met with him, hindi na siya OIC noon.
Hindi na po
Nasa
siya
NBI
OIC.
na siya.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
At sa tingin mo, hindi mo siya magpagkakatiwalaan at the time.
Marami po kami natanggap na
Marami yung
information.
report.
Yeah.
Now, later on, do sa investigasyon sa House, at sinabi niya rin dito kanina, nung isang araw, na meron siyang mga order na ginagawa para sa Secretary of Justice. Nagdadala sila ng pera doon. Could that be part of the reason na nalalaman nyo, tumatanggap sila ng pera at either binubulsa nila o dumarating sa Department of Justice sa Secretary, dinadala doon sa Subic Bay pa ang pangalan, doon sa Parañaque. Could that be a possible reason? Kaya siya may involvement sa nangyayari doon?
Mr. Chair, during that time, ang alam ko lang po, si Mr. Ragos, malapit po siya kay Secretary De Lima. But
Pero alam mo rin na tumatanggap siya ng pera doon sa loob.
we have our sources
Yes.
state that he has been receiving money from the
Kaya nung makita mo siya doon, uy, hindi pwede ito. Andyan yan eh. Kasama yan doon eh. Di ba? Now remember, this is December, this is May already. Di ba, May? June na. Kung makita mo si Ragos doon. Hindi na siya OIC.
Hindi po, Mr. Chair.
Hindi na siya. So, yung information mo maaaring galing sa information na sinasabi niya later on, and I'm just putting the pieces together, na tumatanggap sila ng pera. Now, kung totoo ang binibigyan niya kay Secretary de Lima, wala akong sinasabi doon. Basta sinabi niya, binibigyan niya doon sa taas, pero ang factual condition sa inyong lugar, sa inyong pananaw, ay tumatanggap sila ng pera doon. Tama po ba yan?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So having said that po, ang tingin mo, naging malamig na after a while. Kataka ka, bakit maghintay-hintay ka lang? Yan ang sinasabi palagi sa'yo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Is there any possible reason why she should do that? Hindi ka ba ansi na? Ano ba naman to? Ha?
Hindi ko kasi alam kung ano po yung pinag-usapan po nilang dalawa ni General Bukayo. Nung sinet up ko po yung meeting nilang dalawa sa
And Bukayo was the one who kept saying no, right?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, please.
Director Bukayo and Director Villasanta were both apprehensive about the raid, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
But eventually, they led the raid.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ayun.
At ang rason ni Bukayo, delikado ang buhay ng pamilya ko at saka pamilya ko. Tama po ba yan?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Pero dinidelay nila ng una. Eventually, sila nag-raid.
Yes, Mr. Chair. In fact, General Bukayo and General Villasanta and General Garbo are classmates po sa Philippine Military Academy. They're both Class 81.
Class 81.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So, medyo malinaw sa akin, no? Pero ayokong munang mag-conclude. Pero nakikita ko, talaga it's a snake pit, isn't it? Yung Bureau of Prisons talaga matutokso ka dyan.
Lahat po ng aspect po ng management dyan pwede ko pong pagkapirahan. Katulad po ng kubol. Talagang privilege po yan.
Nagkano yung kubol? Sa rinig nyo?
Yung kubol ho na yan, hindi po yan lump sum. Para po yung budget din po yan. Kung ang gusto ng isang inmate gusto magkaroon ng magandang kubol, conforme po kung anong klase. Kung basic amenities lang, may presyo po yan.
Magkano yan? Basic?
Hindi ko na po
matandaan.
Opo, hindi ko na po matandaan.
Eh, malaki,
Pero it will
malaki.
range to million.
Million?
Pero kung gusto niyo po yung sarili niyong kubol, meron pong refrigerator, may presyo po yan. Gusto niyo po na merong TV, may additional po yan. Parang line item po yan sa budget. Gusto niyo meron kayong computer, meron po yung presyo. Meron kayong gusto niyo may jacuzzi, pwede rin po yan.
Jacuzzi?
Pwede niyong lagyan ho
In
ng...
fact, may nakuha ang jacuzzi, di ba?
Yes po. Gusto niyo po ng merong ilaw-ilaw, may presyo din po yan. Gusto niyo na 5-star na kwarto, yan po yan, malaki po yan na presyo. So, wireless, unlimited wifi, pwede rin po. So, napansin niyo siguro, pati ho yung pagpasok po ng mga items, baril, may presyo po yan, conforme kung anong caliber.
Paano nakakapasok ng baril? Hindi ko maintindihan yan. Nasisikmura ng mga tao doon na makakapagpasok ng baril na pwede silang barilin?
Mr. Chair, your guess is as good as mine, Mr. Chair. It's money talks po. Money talk.
Money talks. All right. And you're talking about millions here.
Yes, ho. Even cash votes. Isipin niyo kung paano niyo may papasok po yung cash vote.
Cash.
Vote.
Vault. Safe.
Yung cash po doon, Mr. Chair, yung cash is something normal. It's not unusual. They gamble openly. They gamble openly.
I might have missed that because I was, alam niyo naman ako, nag-mayor rin ako katulad ninyo. Malikot rin yung aking pag-iisip. Hindi ko napansin na may kahadero palang marami doon. Lumabas ba sa inventaryo yun kung nalalaman niyo?
I believe ho, lumabas po dun sa inventaryo ho nila.
Sino ang may hawak noon?
One of the well-known drug personalities.
Pero sino ang may hawak ng raid para pagka nag-raid kayo, lalabas lahat yan, nakuha nyo TV, nakuha lahat yan, kahadero. Sino kaya may hawak noon? Department of Justice?
NBI probably has a copy of the inventory, Mr. Chair.
May I request the NBI to furnish us a copy of all these things that were secured during the raid? Those raids that were conducted sometime in about 2006 15?
14, Mr. Chair.
14. This is important to us to show the extent of the corruption at that time. Now, before that happened, sir, kailan talaga naging silakbo at talagang talamak na makakapagpasok, makakapaglagay ka ng malaking kubol? Lahat ng yan.
Even before the time of General Bukayo, meron na po yan eh. General Pangilinan, meron na po yan eh. Meron na po yan.
Si Director OIC dati, Mr. Ragos, nakita mo ba yan noon?
Kubol were already existing.
Marami ng kubol.
And dahil sa kakulangan ng accommodation sa kwarto, it was suggested na ang isang kubol gamitin ng marami kasi yung iba natutulog sa port na eh. Yung iba sa CR.
So meron talaga. May
Meron
mga
po.
TV, may mga lahat, kompleto.
At nag-grade nga po kami ng mga kubol and nakuha namin mga cellphone, aircon, and these were given to the custody of
Pero
the
in your
legal
previous
office.
testimony here, sabi mo, humihingi pati magpa-party, magko-concert, may bayad lahat siya, di ba? Sabi mo?
Yung bayad, siguro si Jun ang nag-took charge nun, pero everything na physiologically makakapagpagaan ng mga state-on, pinapayagan doon at binabanggit ko kay Secretariat.
Nung panahon nyo, Secretary Aguirre, if I may, meron pa hubang kubol?
Meron pong natitira lamang pero kukunti na. When I engaged the services of SAP for the first time, and sinuportahan ako ni President Duterte, nag-raid kami, nagalugad kami. Nakakuha pa rin kami ng ibang kubol doon, sinira din namin. But we confiscated hundreds of cell phones, pera, drugs.
So would you say, therefore, the racket goes from the lowest guard all the way to the highest? Could even be in your office.
When I was being
Could even be
interviewed-
in the office of Secretary Guevara. Could even be in the office of Secretary De Lima. Kung may mga padrino yan doon. Sinabi ko rin sa kanya, siya ang unang inuna ko.
Actually po, laging tinatanong sa akin yan because during my watch, yan talagang pinakamaraming nangyari during the against these drug lords, including the testimony nila sa Congress. Pero in my own opinion, siguro po pinaka-dirtiest na ang operation sa Bucor. Wala pong gumagalaw dyan nang hindi gumagalaw ang pera. In other words, magpalipat ka lang from building 14 to maximum to medium. Millions yan, ha? Isang kwan lang yan. Isang inmate lang yan.
My question is to all of you. Why couldn't you stop it? Kailangan ba bang umabot dyan? Kailangan ba ba isang General Magalong na makikiusap para mag-raid sa loob tapos hindi po papapasukin?
Isa lamang po ang kwan para matapos siya. Ang solusyon ko. Alisin ang internet, alisin ang communication. Tapos yan.
Pero
because
ginawa nyo yan,
70% of the drugs operations in the country
Ilagyan
are
nyo nga ng
being...
jammer eh. Excuse me, sir. Naglagay pa kayo ng jammer dyan eh.
Opo.
Nakakalusot pa rin,
Because
di ba?
of me, na nagkaroon po ako na may nag-donate na jammer. Very powerful jammer, hindi katulad nung mga dating jammer sa Bucor na worth only about less than 50,000. Yung pong nag-donate na jammer sa akin is around 2 million bawat isa, yung dalawang dulo ng Building 14. But alam po ninyo yung nangyari, nung una, magaling ang SAC. Ay more than 300 of them. Yan ang katulong ko. But alam ko rin na because of familiarity, hindi magtatagal yan. So ang plano ko nun is that they will be substituted. Parang magpapalit sila ng Marines. But because of some red tapes and some legal questions, hindi po nangyari yung pag-substitute sa kanila ng Marines.
Secretary Guevara, do you share that impression? Because I would be want to put in good officers there kung kanyang kasama ang nangyayari dyan dahil baka mahawa pa sila.
Yun nga po, that's what I'm pointing at. Hindi po nagtagal, after 3-4 months, na-contaminate na ang SAP. So, nakakapasok na yung mga contrabands. Even the jammer, which they are afraid of. Siguro mga 3 months na effective yung jammer na yun eh.
Sir, what my point is this. Nag-umpisa na yan sa maliit. Lumaki na lumaki. Between that months of, let's say, 2010 to 2016, mukhang talamak. Marami talagang kubol. Marami mapasok. Would you say that's correct, sir? Mr. Magalong?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mayor Magalong?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So talamak talaga ng panahon na yan.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Pero before that, 2010, let's say to 2004, talamak pa rin yun.
Mas talapak po nung panahon ho nung...
2010 to
yes, Mr.
2016.
Chair.
So lumalaki na lumalaki.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
What about now? Secretary Guevara, in your own opinion, and I trust you, 2016, down to the present, would you say that you have a handle on it?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to say that during the short stint that I have had with the Department of Justice, I relied mostly on the Bucor chief, most especially during the time of then Bucor chief, who is now Senator Bato, and more recently Captain Nick Faldon, to handle the situation at the Bucor. So my impression is that the situation is not as bad as it was before, but I'm definitely sure that things are still going on there which should be completely stopped. And as a matter of fact, although during my first few months as SOJ, we thought of, we planned of doing another raid in the Bucor. But this has not been fully developed as of this time because we were overtaken by these events already.
Obviously, we're not giving up, right? And I think, Director Magalong, I'm sorry, Mayor Magalong, then Major General Magalong, you have some ideas on how you would be able to stop this because napasok nyo, nalaman nyo lahat, mayroon ganun eh. Ano ang mga ideas nyo dyan?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sir, ang problema sa Bucor is structural and systemic. Some parties are asserting that siguro kailangan bigyan ng lakas pa ng supervisory power ang DOJ over the Bucor. It happened in, sabi nila, yung 10575 basically lessen the power or significantly reduce the power of DOJ to supervise yung line agency. But if you look at the time, during the time of Senator De Lima, very strong po ang supervision niya over the NBP, no? Over Bucor. Pero nandun pa rin ho yung corruption. Here comes the time at ito na pong present administration and our president was really determined to put a stop. Nilagay po niya, halos direct report na po sa kanya, nilagay niya doon. Pero existing pa rin. If you look at Senator Bato, General Buenafe, I know these officers. No? These are nonsense officers that are really crusaders against drugs. But the corruption continue to exist. It's really systemic. If you ask me, sir, kung ano yung mga recommendations ko dyan, first, sir, is organizational audit, management audit. Find out, ano pa problema sa organization? Then after that, sir, let's again place someone who's really strong in terms of leadership, in terms of integrity. And finally, sir, provide them the management tool. Yung tools po na nandun ngayon, yung CCTV, yung jammers, kulang po yan. Yung CCTV na nilagay po doon, these are traditional CCTVs. Visual lang po yan. Wala po may tutulong yan sa isang manager na katulad ng isang umahawak ng isang very controversial na line agency. Yung jammer, sandali lang po makorap yung hawak po ng jammer. Ginawa na po yan dati. In fact, si General Rainier Cruz, pumunta po yan sa opisina ko at sabi niya sa akin, naku naman itong mga jammer, mukhang nakatutok pa yata doon sa sarili kong opisina yung jammer. No? What I'm trying to emphasize here, sir, is there are new systems now that we can actually introduce, like digital governance. What do I mean by digital governance? These are very expensive technology that are available now. Kanina po nakikinig po ako sa inyo. Tinatanong po nung Kwan, nakipag-meet ka ba rito? Sasabihin niya, hindi. Nakapag-usap ka ba rito? Hindi. Nagpunta ka ba rito? Hindi po. With digital governance, you have all this and what we call AI cameras, AI technology that have that yung pinifeature po nilang mga analytics. These are analysis of quantitative and qualitative data. What I mean by this is, immediately, in a few seconds, you generate all these reports about, let us say, meron kayong pinasuspetsahan na isang lugar na laging frequented ng mga tao. Probably something is happening there. Immediately, you can generate the data and find out sino ang inmates na pumupunta sa lugar na to. How can you monitor 19,000 inmates or probably 22,000 inmates during that time? Now it's 27,000 inmates. Kung titignan nyo po sa CCTV at visual nyo papanurin doon, mahihilo po kayo. But with AI technology, now you can easily generate sino mga tao ang laging nag-frequent ng lugar na to. In a matter of seconds, you can generate that report that Mr. Magalong has been there for 349 times. Si Mr. Alipio nagpunta dyan 251 times. If you want to find out kung how many times this inmate and this particular Bucor personnel met, in a matter of seconds, you can generate that statistics. Kung hindi na po makapag-deny, kung gusto niyo po malaman, may nag-report sa inyo na nakapula yung taong nagbisita. Kung titingnan nyo po sa isang CCTV, magdamagan nyo pong papanoodin niya para hanapin yung nakapula. At napakarami pong nakapula. With AI, with this kind of technology, just analytics, immediately yung 3 months o 4 months na data na mako-compress na kailangan nyo tingnan, you can compress it in just 1 hour. You can easily determine, identify. It helps you. As a manager, it helps you come up with the right decision, improve yung process. It will probably cost us about 300 million, 400 million. Pero look at the benefits po niyan. No? Look at the benefits. Yung benefit will offset the cost. Ilan pa po ang matutulungan niyan? Yung intangible niyan is how many youth? Hundreds, thousands of youth are we going to save with just this technology. Yan na po ang ginagamit sa mga ibang prison, sa ibang countries. Why can't we put up this technology sa ating mga presuhan to help our managers dyan sa Bucor?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Secretary Guevara is listening to the proposal of Mayor Magalong. This is budget time. Is it that appropriate that you quickly review this and recommend to us the acquisition of this equipment? I am sure everybody in the Senate, given what we have heard so far, would just enthusiastically vote to increase your budget to the extent of a capital outlay needed to purchase this equipment. Can we expect that? You have a budget hearing on Monday, if I know correctly. So maybe you can submit to us a definite proposal of this, Mr. Guevara.
Senator, if that is still possible at this time, we'll certainly do so. As a matter
It is possible.
Yes.
I tell you, it is possible that we can insert in the budget a proposal from the Department of Justice to purchase this kind of equipment. Marunong po kami ayaw ko sabihin na, magic. No, we can find fiscal space in the budget to accommodate a project of this importance.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Senator. As a matter of fact, this is one of the earliest guidelines or recommendations that I made to the newly designated Bucor chief in the person of Mr. Bantag to give priority to the full computerization of the Bucor and the acquisition of high-tech equipment.
But I would personally propose that the purchase of this equipment be directly supervised and controlled by the Secretary of Justice. Because given what we have today, if you leave this to Bucor, hindi mo malam kung ano mangyayari pagkatapos.
So, Senator, I wish we could do that immediately, but that will entail probably an amendment to the existing law, which
No,
granted...
this is just a budgetary allocation.
All right, okay.
We have the power to appropriate funds and designate the office who will execute this purchase. After the purchase, you give it to the Bucor.
Excuse me, may I point out that the Bucor law that was amended in 2012 provides for computerization. Even the GCTA law, even the implementing rules and regulations provide for computerization. When I made my privileged speech here on this matter, I said you need to computerize, you need to digitalize the information, and you also need transparency and certainly a balancing of the powers thereof. You cannot leave Bucor to its own self. The Department of Justice has got to oversight that, monitor it weekly, monthly. For example, I've been wrestling with your department to ask, ilan ba ang nakakulong ngayon exactly sa loob ng Muntinlupa? Nobody can say that. I've already chastised my staff practically every day. We could not get it. Ilan ang lumabas magmula noong 2012? Ilan ang natira? Ilan ang pinaparol? Para malalaman natin kung anong listahan. So, kung hahanapin ngayon ng Secretary of Justice, ano ang inventory ng preso, sino-sino na andyan, malalaman natin kagad. Pati doon sa record niya na ngayon ay karpeta ang tawag natin, that could easily be shown every day, just on time, all the time. Ang nangyari dito sa mga babae rito, nirarakit na. What they see upstairs, nakita nila. Oy, may lalabas na rito. Ibabalita nila ngayon dito sa mga maliliit na dukang preso. Gusto malabas, mapapabilis ko yan. Pero lalabas na. Kikita sila ng 50,000. Lalabas na, kikita pa sila. So, ibig sabihin, kung yan ay talagang magagawa at lahat siya nakalagay na sa batas. Pero I support Senator General, Senator Soto, pakita niyo sa amin kung ano kailangan niyo gawin. Lalakarin namin yan. But at the same time, hindi basta kahit na sinong ilalagay dyan, tapos meron pa kayong 6 years lamang yung dalawang superintendent ninyo. Hindi naman nare-report sa amin kung pinapalitan yun after 6 years. Ang term yan, 6 years lang. After 6 years, papalitan yan. Walang nalalaman ang Kongreso. Kaya ako ngayon, bilang Committee on Justice, I will require regularly a monitoring of what is happening in the Bureau of Prisons by way of its officialdom. Pag may ginalaw tayo dyan, dapat malaman ng Kongreso, not to micromanage, but at least not to be caught unawares. I mean, all these things that General Magalong, now Mayor, and I really, really salute him for this, and I'm sure I'm going to salute him even more pagkatapos ng aming executive session. Tama lahat yan eh. We know what we do not like. What we know, what we need to do. Can you imagine, nakita nung PD 963, nung Memorandum Order, nung 2015, yung 953. Kaagad, pag upo niya, 3 buwan lang siya, nakita niya kaagad, bakit nawala ng control ang Department of Justice? Ang tanong ko sa inyo, Secretary Aguirre, kung nakita ni Justice Kagiwa yon, ano ang ginawa niyo pagkatapos? Tumuloy pa rin ang paglabas na hindi nyo kinokontrol yung lumalabas? Meron bang mga nireport sa inyo na certification, kung ano ang computation? Meron bang nireport sa inyo 1 month before they go out, may nireport sa inyo in accordance with that law?
Ang
Department order.
ang natatandaan ko po, mayroong yung report, yung 1 month before they are released, wala po kami natanggap noon.
Wala kayo natanggap?
Pero yung actual release before, may nagkakaroon ako ng favorable endorsement upon request of the Director General then Benjamin de los Santos and Director General Tabian. Mayroon po akong napermahan, if I remember right, if I remember correctly. Pero meron po akong sasabihin tungkol dun sa kay General Magalong. Tama-tama po yan. Kasi talagang yung budgetary constraint lamang. Yung pong sinasabi kong nag-donate during my time ng
2 million.
ng 2 million na worth ng jammer. Yung po, mayroon time yan. Alam ng mga high-profile drug lords to kung kailan i-off ng mga prison guards or ng SAF. Ngayon po, so nalaman ko po yan. So ang ginawa namin, maraming nag-demonstrate sa amin ng itong mga talagang top-notch from the Israeli equipment. Ang ginawa po namin, kung alam naming walang nakapatay ang jammer, siguro mga 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock ng gabi, sinabi ko doon sa nag-demonstrate, tingnan nga ninyo kung kayo'y merong makikita doon sa loob ng Bucor na nag-ooperate talaga ng kanilang mga cellphone, internet. Alam po niyo, doon lang tumayo lamang sila sa tagiliran ng Bucor. Parang Christmas tree yung kanilang kanya-kanyang gamit.
Okay, sir. That's technology. My question, and I don't want to go far away from my previous question. Kung maglalagay tayo ng Secretary of Justice at Bucor, meron ng PD 953. Pinairal nyo ba yon? Hindi ako naninisi. I'm sorry, Department Order. I'm sorry. Nasanay ako doon sa mga ko na. Department Order. Pinairal po ba ninyo yon? Na, maglalabas kayo dyan. 1 month before, bigyan nyo sa akin. Magpapalabas ka ng life imprisonment. Meron ba duwarating sa inyo? Meron ka bang undersecretary na gumagawa nun? Same question to Secretary Guevara. Because it's useless kahit na sabihin nyo, kung di natin papairalin niya, gagawin pa rin. My conclusion, sir, and I go back to General Magalong, sabi nyo, kaya nabi mo rin Secretary Aguirre, money talks. Kung money talks sa TV, money talks sa lahat, money talks sa ospital, di lalong money talks sa computation. Money talks pag lalabas ang preso. Tama po ba yun?
Actually
Can you answer the question, General Magalong?
Totoo po yan, Mr.
Do you
Chair.
agree, Secretary Aguirre? Money talks?
Oo po, totoo po yan. Kaya sabi ko nga, this is one of the dirtiest agency in government. Kasi po yan, during my time, alam ko itong si former Undersecretary Reynaldo Orseo, siya nagka-countersign. But before it goes to him, chinecheck po muna ito ng Office of Technical Staff ng DOJ. So we followed, I think, strictly 953 because under the, although emasculated ng power ng Secretary of Justice, still we believe that Secretary Cagioa, now Supreme Court Justice Cagioa, has the power to issue that Department Order 953.
Sir, how many people went on GCTA with you?
About more than 50.
More than?
But more than 50. It could be more.
50 only?
More than 50.
50,000?
No, 50 PDL.
PDS.
With charged with in-use.
Di ba napakababa nun? 3 taon kayo, 4 na taon kayo doon?
No, but I really could not remember the records of
My point is, it's even hard to remember because when you say GCTA, yun yung nag-a-apply doon sa
253.
Ha?
253.
292. Di ba?
953.
1592. 10592. Yun ang mag-a-apply.
Opo.
Nahihilo ko, Secretary Guevara, pag tinatanong ko, ilan ang lumabas ngayong araw na ito? Ito, dapat sabihin, expired sentence, served sentence na. Ito, parole. Ito, GCTA. Ito, pinardo ng presidente. Walang ganun eh. Wala. So you really don't know kung sino ang lumalabas, kung ano talaga ang numero na nasa loob ng preso. And I'm just talking about Bucor in Muntinlupa. I'm not even talking about Iwahig, na far from sight, far from mind. So we have to have a system na pag nagtanong ang presidente, ilan ang presyo mo dyan, Maynard, ang sabihin mo, eto sir, eto lumabas kayong araw na ito, ang balance eto. Tatanungin ako, yan ba lumabas? O dapat ang budget nyo bababa? Bakit hanggang ngayon tinasasahan nyo pa yung budget sa pagkain? At mayroon akong papakita rito mamaya testigo na yung pagkain talaga hindi umaabot eh. So dapat makita nyo talaga kung ilan talaga, from that standpoint alone, huwag nang iba. Yung pinapakain natin, malalaman na natin. Pero hanggang ngayon, wala sir. I exhort you to start demanding from Bucor that, in fact, when I ask you for the documents sinabi mo sa Bucor, isang truck ng dokumento din na rito. At pinagpuyatan ng mga tao ko yan. And tonight, tomorrow, darating yung mga tiga-UP, tutulungan kami para maglista yan. Para maayos. Eh bakit kami ang gagawa? Pwede tayo sinasweldoan dyan para gawin yan, para makita natin talagang tunay na inventaryo. Hindi ko maintindihan yun, sir.
Sir, can I ask some questions?
I think it's about to answer.
That is the reason why binibigyan ko ngayon ng priority ang computerization
Correct.
ng data sa Bureau of Corrections because they've been doing it manually all these years. Kaya nga po yung simple, kumbaga parang summary lamang ng kung ilan ang nahandun pa sa loob, kung ilan yung napalaya na at ano ang basis ng kanilang paglaya, kung executive clemency ba, o yun ay dahil on parole, or dahil napalaya because expired ng sentence or nabigyan ng good conduct time allowance.
That's commendable, sir. Kung magagawa yun.
Magagawa naman po yun.
Talaga naman, alam mo,
mabilis
I know that.
kung computerized.
But let me just give you from what was dumped in our lap yesterday. Yung mga tao natin dito, ang luwabas sa panahon ninyo na PDL na lumabas, panahon ninyo, Secretary Guevara, total of 3,746. Heinous crimes, 1,790. Regular, 1,956. Panahon ni Secretary Aguirre, 3,675. Heinous crimes, 1,371. Regular, 2,304 in 21 months. Panahon ni Emmanuel Caparas, Sikap, 1,234. Heinous, 521. Regular, 713. Panahon ni Secretary Kagiwa, 555. Heinous, 221. Regular, 323. Sa panahon ni Leila de Lima, heinous 3,943, regular 4,965. Now, ang sinasabi ko rito, yung heinous, hinahanap natin yan. Pero dapat mag-focus rin tayo doon sa regular crimes because doon, yung mga katulad nitong sila Gamboa na talagang kinokotongan, na lalabas na, makikita nyo kung talagang kinukurakot yan. Dahil walang kalaban-laban, walang abogado, walang koneksyon. Lalabas sila, maghihingi, labas yan. Pero yung heinous, gusto ko malaman, wala dyan yung GCTA pa. Wala nakalagay kung GCTA, wala nakalagay kung pardon, wala nakalagay kung self-sentence. So that is what we need. And this is just one day's work. Talagang pinaghirapan ng mga tao. Puyat lahat dyan. Because I wanted to show something here. And I wanted to make sure that the committee does its work. So, sabi ko lang, gawin niyo sa Blue Ribbon, isa, sinasabi niyo computerization. But at the same time, if we can do this now, do you want us to bring UP students here para bilangin lahat yan? Nakakahiya naman ang gobyerno pag gagawin pa natin yan. And I do have a text. Pwede rin tiga-Ateneo. Pwede rin tiga-Lasal kahit na natalo kahapon. At UST, natalo rin kahapon.
Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind.
Nakatsuwa ko lang yung mga kapatid na dito.
Mr. Chairman, may I just inform the Justice Department? Don't worry about the funding. Go full blast in the computerization and all the necessary equipment. You're talking talking of what, 300 to 400 million as manifested by Mayor Magalong. Senator Drilon was being humble. He just found 6.7 billion yesterday from the COMELEC. So don't worry, we'll be able to fund that. You know? And it becomes the law. You know, it's included in the General Appropriations Act. It is the single most important piece of legislation that the Senate or Congress passes every year. So it becomes law. We will look forward to you doing that. Now, speaking of law, Mr. Chairman, just very briefly, you know, I received a notice from the Court of Appeals asking Major Rene Samonte, Senator Richard Gordon, and Senator Vicente Castelo Soto III to answer a petition by three persons that we have. They filed a writ of habeas corpus. May I inform the body and those who are listening that there is already a Supreme Court decision on this matter when it comes to the contempt powers of the Senate. And may I read into the records part of the jurisprudence of the Supreme Court. Nevertheless, it is recognized that the Senate's inherent power of contempt is of utmost importance. A legislative body cannot legislate wisely or effectively in the absence of information respecting the conditions which the legislations are intended to affect or change. More requests for such information are often unavailing, and also that information which is volunteered is not always accurate or complete. So some means of compulsion is essential to obtain what is needed through the power of contempt during legislative inquiry. For the record, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Your Honor, we are aware of that, and we're aware of an even older decision that went on ad nauseum or ad infinity yung kinulong doon sa Muntinlupa, the Arnold case. But this time, the Balag case cited by the Senate President is the latest case that involved a frontman who was declared in contempt here. And the Supreme Court said that dapat habang may session, pag matatapos sa session 2022, kailangan pawalan na yan. O di kaya naman, kung tapos na yung hearing, pwede nang pawalan. Now, we don't want to put people in contempt. You probably saw me at that time. I was hesitant to put them in contempt. Pero talaga naman merong very, very evasive, ayaw sumagot. So, that's the way it is. We have to protect the Senate from that. Having said that, Senator, do you have a question?
Yes. First, I agree that we have the power to declare in contempt a person who refuses to answer questions. Because if we do not have that power, we can never get the needed data and information for us to be able to craft the correct policy. So that the being evasive or not responding to questions would enable or would result in the Senate not being able to perform its job, and therefore the contempt as a coercive power is there and sustained by the Supreme Court, where you refuse to answer, and the case is 1950. It has always been sustained, or you are evasive. But having said that, Mr. President, we can discuss that among ourselves. Just on a few points, I would like to clarify. Mr. Magalong, first let me state on record that I am glad that you are able to speak straightforward here. I am looking at your affidavit. On June 26, 2014, you referred to a meeting with Secretary De Lima and a number of other persons. Let me read it for the record. On June 26, 2014, I attended a formal meeting with the Secretary of Justice. Also present in that meeting were former Director General Arturo G. Cagdac Jr. of PIDEA, then Director Virgilio Mendez of NBI, Brigadier General Edward Anyo of the ISAP, Rafael Ragos of the NBI, and some other select officials. Can you tell us who are these other select officials, if you can recall?
Mr. Chair,
Sorry, yes.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, we have, I also brought with me my own staff. We have
Okay.
General Fajardo, Colonel Danny Masirin, and surprisingly, Major Colonel Marcelino, the controversial Marcelino, was also present during that meeting, Your Honor.
Who brought Mr. Marcelino?
I presume, Your Honor, it was then General Anyo, Your Honor.
General Anyo, all right. Now, of all the people in that meeting, it was only Mr. Ragos who you expressed reservation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, and no other person present in that meeting did you have reservation in terms of their integrity?
I was a bit hesitant with regards to this Colonel Marcelino because I worked with him in the past when I was in the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor. Colonel Marcelino was then with the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, and if you notice, he was the officer that was he was the PDA agent who was arrested during a raid of the Philippine during the time of General Cacda.
This is the Marine, right?
Yes, Your
Yes.
Honor.
But so did you have integrity issues also with him?
Knowing General Anyo, knowing the integrity, the reputation of General Anyo, I leave it to General Anyo during that time. Probably he saw something in Colonel Marcelino, Your Honor.
All right. But you yourself had integrity issues with Mr. Ragos.
Yes, Your Honor.
And and on no other person except that you had to rely on the judgment of General Anyo insofar as his own staff is concerned.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's correct, right?
Yes.
Now, may we know what are these integrity issues on Mr. Ragos?
Your Honor, according to our sources, Mr. Ragos is on the tape.
Mr.
When he
Ragos,
was the officer in charge of Bucor.
he was on the take.
Yes, Your Honor.
And at that time, what was his position?
He was then the officer in charge of Bucor, Your Honor.
He was the officer in charge of Bucor. Would you be able to go into more specific information on Mr. Ragos' activities?
Your Honor, we only rely on our sources inside the Bureau of Correction, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
We only rely on the information that are provided to us by our sources inside the facility, Your Honor.
And on the basis of this info, and can you tell us what these activities were with the caveat that these are information and can even be considered as not of personal knowledge but as hearsay?
Your Honor, what we learned from our sources is that he's receiving money from the different drug personalities detained at the facility. He is also on the take with regards to the additional subsistence allowance given to them, given to the detainees. Meron po kasing additional na subsistence allowance po yan. At according to our sources, ang sabi po nila yan po sir, yung pera na yan, additional subsistence allowance, hindi na po yan binibigay sa detainee. Ito po ay pinaghahatian ng mga opisyal dyan sa Bucor at sa Department of Justice. I presume sir, mga piso po yun mga 5 pesos. Mga around 5 pesos po yun At sinasabi po na Yung 1 peso, papunta na po yan doon sa head ng Bucor. Yung another peso goes to a certain group, yung mga officers. And then mga around 2 pesos goes to doon sa Department of Justice. Ganun po yung explanation po sa amin. And during that time, sir, there were around 21,000 detainees. And can you just imagine, sir, if you receive 1 peso share of that 5 peso, you're receiving 19,000 pesos a day.
You know, when I was Secretary of Justice, they used to send me for approval vouchers for the purchase of mungo. I refused to sign it. In any case, so, sige. So we can have an executive session with that.
Before we go on executive session, I just want to inform Senator Dridon and Senator Soto and I and all of us, we're aware that Mr. Ragos admitted that he was on the take for, according to him, Senator De Lima. Like I said a while ago, I'm not going to say whether in fact he just accepted that there was take money, and according to him, it was going to Senator De Lima, Secretary De Lima at the time. But the point here is not after personalities, we're after what we need to do, and we thank you for the statement. In the meantime, I will call for a recess.
Mr. Chairman,
Suspend.
before you call for the executive session, I would just like to place on record so that it's in the records that I will be submitting to you in the executive session a letter from an official of the Bureau of Corrections that is very revealing. So I will have to submit it during the executive session, Mr. Chairman.
And we probably will have to take Ms. Buno and Ms. Mabel during the executive session to talk with us para once and for all. Yes,
Mr. Chair, as an additional insight, I learned that with regards to my recommendation on how to address these corruption issues, I learned that there was never an organizational audit that was conducted on Bucor.
You're probably right. You're probably right. I mean, the audit has always been on food. In fact, I know, I'm trying to verify it, out of the 600 million, only 3% went to food and the rest were pocketed. I'm trying to verify that. It's hard to believe, but at this point, anything is believable because of the obfuscation of greed. Anyway, we will suspend the regular hearing, but we will continue na sa executive session for the following people. General Magalong first, and we will hear you. The Sergeant of Arms will direct you where to go. And then afterwards, we may call other witnesses, the two ladies. And then the moment we finish that, we will continue with the proceedings. Have your lunch. In the meantime, I hope it will not be too quick. So please stay here, everyone, because we're not yet finished. Session for the open session is suspended, but it is not on recess. It is not suspended for the rest of the other activities such as the executive session.